I have a confession to make. Before I moved to China, I did not like Chinese food. I know. Let me explain. All I knew of Chinese food was that you could go to Panda Express and get some orange chicken, maybe some chow mein, and occasionally you could go to a Chinese food restaurant and you could get foil wrapped chicken, maybe some mushu pork, and some egg rolls. But I never really explored all the food that was available to me in Los Angeles or even in San Francisco or any of the major cities, and so I never really understood how good Chinese food could be until I moved here to China. Now that I live here in China, there are so many dishes that I had never heard of before living in the US, and it has opened my eyes to the possibilities of what you can do with food. So for today's video, I thought that I would take you to a Chinese restaurant that I have not been to before and order some of my favorite dishes today. The dishes that I'm ordering today are all vegetarian dishes. Maybe. One of the dishes might have some meat on it. We'll see when we get there. But I have found that the way that China cooks vegetables is beyond anything that I could have imagined. I hope you're excited to come along with me on this food adventure today. The restaurant I selected today has a 4.6 rating on Dianping. Dianping is like the Yelp of the US, but for China. So that's a relatively high rating. The menu shows that they have the two dishes I'm looking for, so let's go check it out. Total bummer. The restaurant that I had planned to go to was hosting like a personal party, so they weren't accepting anybody, and I couldn't even get the food to go. So I'm gonna try to find another restaurant that have these two favorite dishes. I think I found it, but let's go try to find it. Well, that didn't make any sense. Let's try restaurant number 2. So here's the restaurant I selected. It's actually inside of a mall, and it looks like it's famous for baozi. So you can see here that there's people that are making the baozi like right away. It's so fresh. And the reason I chose this restaurant is it had one of the dishes that I was super excited and been craving for a while. So let's head inside. So I found a restaurant that has one of the dishes that I want to share with you guys today, and that is called Gambian Dojiao. And it's like stir-fried green beans. It's absolutely incredible. The other dish that they don't have here is called Disanxian, which is like eggplant and green peppers and potato in this amazing sauce. But what I am gonna get is Jingjiang Rosu, which is like a pork dish that is incredible. So I'm gonna order those and come back to you. So one of the fun things about Chinese food restaurants is the fact that you have to ask for help. So if you want someone to come over and take your order, or if you need a refill on anything, or you want more water, you have to yell out for them, whether that's raising your hand, whether that's yelling Ma Fani or Fuyuan, to get somebody's attention to come over and help. It's so different than in the US, and it took me a little bit of time to get used to it, but once you're used to it, it's very convenient that it's not rude to call somebody over. They don't want to bother you. They give you time to eat. It's so opposite of the US that sometimes when I go home I get like stuck because I just want to like scream for some additional help. Oh, the food just came, one of them. This is the Jingjiang Rosu. So this is tofu, like tofu sheets, and then this is some pork. It's so good. All the dishes come individually packaged, which is cool too. Good. Okay, let's give it a try. Oh, so good. The meat is very tender, and the sauce is just always so good. I think what I'm noticing is that I've only lived in the north of China, so I really like the north dishes. They're not too sweet, they're very savory, so good. And the Gabian Dojiao just arrived. Here's the Gabian Dojiao. Smells so spicy. I'm gonna have a couple more of this and then I'll show you the Gabian Dojiao. So next up I have the Gabian Dojiao, and it looks really spicy. It's like fried green beans with tons of spices on it. As you can see, it looks like there's a lot of garlic as well. But I always eat Gabian Dojiao on top of rice. I don't know, it's just what I've done for the last 5 years. So I'm gonna get some rice in my little bowl and I'll show you what that was like. So good, so spicy, crispy. So I put it on the rice. Also customary in China is to get some hot water. So hot water cures everything. Everything. Also, I just realized I still have my mask on. So low, I didn't realize it. I'm almost done. So much good food. The other thing I want to talk about is that here in China, all the dishes come as kind of like family served. So you're not intended to just order your own dish and just eat off of your own plate. Everything is intended to share. You order a couple vegetables, a couple meat dishes, whatever you want, and everybody can pick and choose off of the plates in the center of the table. So overall, this is delicious. You could tell this restaurant is very popular. It was lunchtime. It's now getting a little bit more quiet in here, but overall, amazing. Now, these are just 2 of my favorite dishes. There are so many more dishes. Any kind of mian, dan dan mian, nu rou mian, so good. Nu rou tudou, beef potato, as I mentioned, Disanqian Rojiao Mo, mapo tofu. The list is endless of amazing dishes. So, lots more to try. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next vlogs. Because they're unloading everything next to me and making a lot of noise. Bye.